The ocean has always been one of the places that inspires me the most. It is so vast and just ready to be explored. And if you're lucky enough in Minecraft, you may just stumble upon this glorious ocean monument. And that is the topic of today's video. Let's transform it. We're going to start by using some world edit to drain all the water. This is mostly just so that we can actually see what we're doing while we're working, and also get rid of some of that kelp that's surrounding everything, so that placing blocks is a little easier. Then we can start on the actual fun part. First issue, it's an even number, not an odd number. I like working in odd numbers, so I just shift the center point of the building over by one block, and that fixes that issue. Then we can start encasing the shape of this ocean monument. I wanted to keep true to that original shape that it had, because I do think it's a very beautiful shape. The pillars coming up from the foundation do genuinely look good, and the sea lanterns arching over that entrance are wonderful. But we can of course make it a little bit better. The quartz adds such a lovely backdrop for that prismarine and makes it pop just a little bit more than the prismarine alone. It almost counterbalances all of that blue that's happening and gives us more of a canvas to work on, without taking away from the original color of the prismarine. For the style of this building, I'm trying to go with something very elegant. A style that is able to be very fancy, but still ends up working together within this scale. I do end up going a little bit taller here than I maybe would have wished for, but I just couldn't help myself. I felt like the building should be taller, and it is Minecraft, which is a sandbox game, so I could. There was nothing stopping me, so I did. Might be too big for some of your tastes, but that's just how we roll over here on this channel. Fixing up some of the walls with some more of that lovely glass so we can actually see into the interior. I know this takes away from the maze a little bit, but it's a transformation. We can give it a whole new feeling. And once the back is complete, the exterior of this structure will be finished. Pretty simple, lots of repeating patterns, and some world edit helped us out, speeding that up quite a lot, using //flip and rotate where we could. Now it's time to fill in the water. And here's my problem. It's a little too big, which in my opinion works. I like that it sticks out, but I would like it to stick out a little less. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go add some details with coral, and then we're just gonna kind of move it to a deeper ocean. Yes, this is much more like it. Just a little hint of a palace, almost like an iceberg. Perfect. Now that that's settled, let's work on a little base on this island so that we have somewhere to start off in the world that isn't underwater. I thought a beach hut made out of some coral and prismarine would be perfectly suited to this area. Topped off with a small path, a little dock, and a palm tree really brings the entire build together. I know the palm tree is a little weird balanced against those icebergs in the background, but it makes sense to me, so I'm gonna leave it in. And with that, the build is complete. I hope you've enjoyed this process. Let's go check it out. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my concept of an ocean monument / palace. I really enjoyed creating it, and editing this video with all of those underwater sound effects was so much fun. Definitely let me know your ideas on what you would like to see in an ocean monument down below. I want to share with you some of mine, because I know that realistically in Minecraft they aren't going to build something like this. But I do like the idea of having almost an iceberg-like palace just peeking up. So I didn't really have shaders on. I mean, from here, you really can hardly tell that that's going to expand so much. Now, of course, the sea lanterns kind of give it away, but when you dive down, It's like the whole world just opens up, and I really love that. It really entices you to come in and explore this dangerous area. Now, I do have a conduit set up, so it's a little bit easier to see down here. And let me actually show you what it looks like without shaders on. This is one of those rare builds that I actually think looks a little better without shaders. I mean, look at this. Now, it's a little bit blue for my liking, but I genuinely think the vanilla textures work so well with this underwater. Look how wonderful and bright it is. Now, ocean monuments, I believe, came out in version 1.8, and they are really cool. Genuinely, when I'm playing survival mode, my favorite area to explore because I love building out of prismarine so much. I tried to kind of open up the interior in here to make it look a little bit more like a kind of natural base wood. There's a lot more room in here for you to decorate and do whatever you need to, but it still has that normal feeling of the ocean monument. Of course, there's a lot of room in here to be fighting with these elder guardians, and they can swim around fairly freely in these open sides. This is very similar to the normal ocean monument, just a little bit larger. The sides are actually open on the normal one, but there's a few more tunnels and mazes to get there. As for the actual maze, I have actually kept that intact. I kind of like the idea of having this more open, dangerous treasure area in here where you have to fight everyone, and then in order to get any of the treasure, you have to fight the last guy. And in order to get to the last guy, he's up through a maze. And I imagine the maze to be fairly challenging and several layers to it. I think that would make this so fun, but honestly, fighting the ocean monument genuinely in vanilla right now is pretty fun, so I'm not mad about it. I just really like my own little touches and design. I wish in the vanilla ocean monument they would add some more of those prismarine assets like the new wall blocks that are in, and all the stairs and slab, coral and kelp and things that have been added since Minecraft 1.8. But this is still probably my favorite vanilla structure, even if I have transformed it quite heavily here. As always, let me know what you thought down in the comments below. I cannot wait to read all of your feedback on this ocean monument / palace. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye-bye! I hope I'll see you in the next video.